So you want to beat Archero Chapter 6? Well, you've come to the right place. This is what I'm running with. I would like to note that my epic pet and armor are from the free obsidian chest that I saved up my gems for, and my epic weapon is from farming and fusing items. On the left and right, I'll be leaving what abilities I picked up and what abilities I feel are best for Chapter 6. Alright, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with multi-shot. Multi-shot, I've said in the previous chapters, I think is the best ability of all time, at least so far. We got 2,000 coins, that's pretty good. We want to save those up for possible scrolls. Now with chapter 6, it's actually, I can't remember what chapter it was. I think it was chapter 4 or 3. But if you remember, you had to do waves, and honestly, it's pretty much the same enemies. It's just, these guys are new though. The scarecrow guys are really new. But the easiest way to deal with the scarecrows is just to stay as far away as you can from them. That's pretty much it. It's actually not that hard to avoid the projectiles. And with all these guys, you've probably versed them before. You just want to sidestep the projectiles, don't want to get in the way. They're pretty easy. Honestly, I think chapter 6 was like really easy. And if you guys haven't found my tip for the bats, what you really want to do is you want to sidestep it, if you know what I mean. Basically, because with the bats, with the laser bats, they have to let as you can see, their laser set in. And once they set in, it won't follow you. But if you keep running away while it's on you, it will follow you and it makes it harder to avoid. Okay, we have HP boost, and Ricochet. When I pick up Ricochet, that's definitely a good ability as well, especially for this chapter. And we're going to pick up HP boost because why not? More health. Plus, I really didn't like the other two abilities. Okay, we have the angel here. We don't really need a heal, so we'll go for the crit master. Okay, so we have a lot of walls here. So it's really nice with the walls because everything but the laser bats, I believe in this chapter, are blocked off by walls with projectiles. So you want to try and make use of that. And I don't know if you guys can notice my positioning here, but I try to stay on the bottom part of the map. I feel like the bottom part of the map is like, it's much easier to see everything because if you go on the top of the map, it's going to be partially covered by your thumb moving around. So I feel like it's just better to, stay on the bottom side so you can see everything more better. And I kind of ran into that one. As you can see, you really want to stay really far away from them. You don't want to be close to them at all. It's just more of those. The projectiles are not very hard. They don't aim directly at you, which is a nice thing. So with these guys, just stay really far away from them and you should be fine. Okay, so we have the bats here. I honestly find these bats so annoying. I hate them in every chapter. Like, I hate that they dash at you. And they actually do chase you as well, which is really annoying. Unlike the dogs, I don't think the dogs chase you at all. Okay, we completed this this level. And we're definitely going to get front arrow. Multi-shot and front arrow are like the god combo. I love it so much. I always pick those two up no matter what. And we're going to pick up the attack boost here because I think it's... Well, actually, I don't need a heal. Okay, so with this guy, he's actually pretty easy. I think I unfortunately got hit a lot. Basically, what I do is I hit him once or twice when he pops up. Usually twice, but when he pops up, I run because he's going to straight away throw that other projectile, the fast projectile at you. And you wanna avoid that. The further you are away from that projectile, the easier it is to avoid. So basically what I do is I attack him once or twice, run as far away as I can, or if I'm feeling confident, not too far, and then attack him again when he's popped back up. So basically just attack him once or twice, run away, attack him once or twice, run away, attack him once or twice, run away. And that's pretty much it. You want to be patient with a lot of the bosses, especially in the next chapter. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, here we got Frost Strike, attack boost. We're going to pick up attack boost because the more attack, the better it is. And we have some coins. XP, and coins. Mixture of both. Okay, so now I actually don't even know what level we're on. It's so hard to tell with these. Okay, so the mummy guys, if you guys remember the mummy guys, I kind of call them like the knight. If you guys play, I used to be like a huge chess geek. And if you play chess, they kind of move like the same as the knight in the chess. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but they don't aim directly at you. They kind of just jump around. I honestly would just stay as far away as possible as I can from them. And then we have the scarecrow guys and the dogs. As you can see, the dogs don't chase you. They kind of just dash in different directions. As long as you just like stay directly out of their path, you should be fine. And the scarecrow guys, just push them as far away as you can. Okay, so these guys, when you're versing the mages, the pyromancers, or whatever they're called, you want to keep moving, especially when you have the skeleton guys on you as well. It's really annoying. So basically with the mage guys, I kind of just take like 2 shots and then move it out of the way, or like 1 or 2 shots and then move it out of the way. Did that really easy because I have a lot of damage right now. Okay, here I picked up Bolt Strike, I believe. Yes. Now, I was actually really surprised with these are the new abilities of this chapter, which are the sword strikes. And they helped me beat this chapter so quickly because I believe they do like 1,000+ damage with each strike. And they always attack even if you're running away. Like even if you're not attacking, they're pretty slow, but they still attack, which is amazing in my opinion, especially with the bosses. So as you can see, I'm still staying at the bottom of the map here. I don't want to, you know, ruin. I want the best field of vision I can have in this chapter. And as if you guys notice, I've never really gone up. Like I haven't, like you see how I can't see much of the characters, like much of the monsters at all. Well, that's because as long as you're far away from them, you're 100% fine. Like it's easier to avoid projectiles that way. It's easier to avoid the melee attacks. It's easier to avoid a lot of things if you're very far away from them. And make sure to make use of your environment as well. Okay, here we're gonna pick up headshots. I know headshot is probably not like a favorite with a lot of people, but in my opinion, I really enjoy headshot, and I'm gonna pick up HP boost here because it's just nice to be able to like kill things randomly, instantly. Okay, so these guys, they're always in the corner. Don't run up to them, just stay at the bottom. It's harder to fight them if you're up to them. So these things, you want to be really patient with this. I know it's really hard to explain these parts. So these little balls that go left, right, up and down are probably the hardest thing about this boss. You just have to try and like, I always just stay at the bottom. You'll just get it. Like I was doing pretty bad, but I try to attack one boss at a time. There's two fire guys up there. Like you can't see them because I didn't go up, but there was 2 of them. I try to keep attacking the one side first and then attack the other side because then you get the heal from the other side to survive the next boss. Okay, so we have some laser bats and some spiders. So remember with the melee guys, I've said this in my previous guides, you want to hide behind them and around them because it means that any melee monster will have to go around it to attack you. So as you can see, I'm killing everything really quickly, and that's because I put so much damage like into my arrows and everything. So I think with this chapter, you want to kill everything as quickly as possible because you don't want everything to sort of, you know, I can't remember the word for it. Like, you don't want the waves to... I really don't remember the word. Oh no. Okay, so the Death Scythe guys, these are the guys that everyone has trouble with in the previous chapter. So these guys, I have a pattern for them. I always attack like once or twice, move out of the way, attack once or twice, move out of the way, attack once or twice, then move back in the previous position I was. Because you don't want to go back to your previous position too quickly. Otherwise, the cycle is kind of slow. It will hit you eventually. Okay, here we're going to pick up the attack boost. And just a really big tip is that Wingman does not work with the Death Scythe. So it's not going to work. If you're going to get that, it's not going to work. I'm going to grab the heal here, get into level 12. Okay, so just grab to the middle and run back. What I did with this level is I really made use of the walls here. So remember with the scythe, with the Grim Reaper, sorry, the scythes do bounce off the walls, and the walls do take in like most of the projectiles except the laser bat. So what I try to do is I try to go back and forth between the wall. I was feeling a little bit ballsy then, I kept going a bit forward, but it's alright. I really don't like the spiders as well. They're so annoying, but what can you do? Just killing everything. So it's not a really, like, as you can see, honestly, I was honestly so surprised at how easy this chapter was. I struggled so much with the previous chapter and it took me so long to beat it. But with this chapter, I beat it like after 3 tries and I was like, what? Is that it? And then I went onto some community forums, and a lot of people generally agree that this chapter is extremely easy in comparison. And I don't know, it was just so weird to me. But as you can see, I'm just chilling, just hiding behind my walls. And I didn't have my little sword there, but I really enjoyed my swords. And I'm gonna pick up the frost strike here. And now I have 2 swords, and they both do 1,000 plus damage each. So I was hitting like 2,000 extra damage just from the swords, which was crazy to me. Okay, we're not going to pick up the spirit scroll because they're very common drops. Okay, so these guys are really annoying to deal with, and if you have freeze, it kind of messes up their little pattern. But what I do is I attack like a few times, like maybe like once. I kill them really quick because they're very, very squishy. They die really easily, but once you hit them, like literally just attack them like twice and then run to the other side. And then attack them like once or twice, then run to the other side, because the further you're away from them, the more spread out their projectiles are, and it's way easier to avoid that way. Okay, so we have the dogs, and we have the ballerina rocks, I like to call them. So very easy. I'm kind of in the middle of the map here because I don't know why actually I'm in the middle of the map, but I guess I was feeling very confident with all this damage that I had, and with the death scythes, you definitely want to make use of the walls here because you don't want to get hit by them. They do a lot of damage. And I forgot to mention that the projectiles from the poisonous plants, or some of them actually, they do go over the walls, so you want to watch out for that as well. Okay, I think we're nearly up to the last. I can't remember. I really have not been like in this chapter. I can't keep in count. Like I don't know why. Okay, so we have poison circle, wingman, and freeze. We're going to pick up freeze. Now, I really like freeze because it does reset the animation a lot for a lot of bosses, and that really, really helps. And I think freeze is something you definitely want in this chapter. But it's up to you if you want to. Like sometimes I know it can be a bit confusing with freeze because when you expect an attack and it doesn't happen, it can be confusing. Like I think freeze is a little bit tricky with the 2 bat bosses, but I feel like freeze works really well with the end boss, with the dragon boss, which is an easy boss still, but depending on what attack chain he does. But I honestly think you guys should have an easier time with this chapter than the previous chapters. If not, then just focus on farming up or leveling your weapons and getting better weapons and stuff. Okay, so we have one more wave left here. I do have headshot here, which is very, very nice. So it's getting rid of a lot of the extra monsters. So it makes it much more simpler. Okay, we are max level. So for our last ability, we're going to pick up... Oh, not great abilities, but we'll just pick up side arrow, I guess, even though it doesn't work very well with my ability run that I have right now. And we're going to go for the heal because we're at the last boss. Now with the last boss, you just want to stand in the corner and just stay in the corner, and that's pretty much it, because he always attacks with his fire breath like that. I was extremely lucky to not have a lot of these. These are the balls that pretty much can mess up a lot of people, as you can see, but I killed him really quickly because look at all that sword damage, all my damage. It's insane, and I had a lot of health as well. But basically, generally, you just want to stay in that corner, and then you just want to avoid these balls. And that was pretty much it for chapter 6. Like, I beat that chapter so fast. I don't know how it was so easy in comparison to other chapters. Honestly, I mean, like, I don't know, I might be the only one, but I actually really enjoy the wave chapters. I really like the wave chapters. I think they're really fun because you can get bouncy walls, diagonal arrows, and have everything like bounce everywhere. But yeah, so let me know what if you guys have any of your own tips for this chapter, let me know down in the comments below. If there's any abilities you think that are really good for this chapter, because I do run with a death scythe. So it could be different with the bow, with a tornado, with the blade. So I'm not too sure, but with a death scythe, I think these are the best abilities, and I think it should translate well into other weapons, except for the tornado, because I know that the tornado doesn't work very well with ricochet and piercing Well, it has a built-in pierce already, so it's such a waste of an ability anyway, but yeah. But I will catch you guys on the next one. I will be making a weapon tier list very, very soon, and chapter 7, I don't know how long that's going to take, but I've been grinding chapter 7 for the last whole week, and I have not progressed very far. It's very, very hard. I'm trying not to like win with the little glitch. I will show you the glitch and how to do it if you want to do it, but I'm trying to beat that chapter without doing the glitch that currently is in Archero. Well, the boss reset basically. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, if this helped you out in some way. Leave a comment and English on what you think about the video, what you think I could add, and add your own tips. And yeah, I'll catch you for the next one. Bye!